Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing you a new Musket Theory video. This one is episode number 9 for January 2023, how I would play Magical Musketeers in this format. And I think the best engine that I could put alongside Musketeers right now has got to be the Bystials. It's kind of no surprise that that's the best way to go, but I'm going to feature a little bit of spice, as I usually do in these Musket Theory videos. You gotta do something to spice it up if you're playing a deck like Magical Musketeers. And every time I make a Musket Theory video, I feature a spell card that I would like to activate under my Magical Musketeer monsters. And for this one, it's going to be Chaos Space. So we're going to play a little bit of Chaos Spice in our deck today. We're going to try to compete with the meta as best we can. We're going to really, surprise people with our deck choices, with our card choices, because that's really the best chance Musketeers has nowadays, is to just give it a little surprise. Hopefully people don't know what your cards do, and we're just gonna pretty much explode on them with Magical Musketeer Max for a +4. And hey, a lot of decks can't compete with that. So we're gonna go ahead, jump right in. I'll show you the deck profile. I'll talk about the ideas. I'll talk about the main and extra that I would play this format, and some alternatives that you could play if you don't have everything I'm showcasing. So with that, let's go ahead and jump on in to another Musket Theory episode 9. But really quick, if you guys are not subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs on the channel by the end of the month. So only you guys can make that happen. So if you could just do me a favor, hit that red button, that would be amazing. And we will catch you guys in the deck profile coming right up. Okay, fellas, let's go ahead and get on into this deck list. And yeah, I'll go through the main and the extra and talk about some, talk about some of the card choices, talk about some of the stuff I chose not to play, and so forth. So let's go ahead and get started. Starting with the main and the Musketeer lineup. So it's going to be pretty standard as far as my channel goes of what I like to play for my Musketeer monsters. It's going to be 3 Caspar, which is the Searcher, 3 Starfire, which is the Summoner, 3 Kid Brave, which is the Draw 2, and 1 Calamity, which is the Monster Reborn. Not playing Doc. You can play Doc, and if you wanted to, I would cut probably a Kid Brave or the Calamity. To be honest, Calamity is not that great because it's just Bystial bait. So chances are it won't resolve. I might actually just switch out this Calamity for a Doc straight up right now. But yeah, it's up to you on the lineup, but I think you need to play at least 10. And I'm not playing Pot of Prosperity in this deck because it conflicts with too much stuff. So you have to play 10 names at least because you have to see one for your normal summon. I will say this is a blind second build, so you're going to have 6 cards, so chances are you're going to see at least one of these and be okay. And then I'll just do this engine by engine, to be honest, this whole profile. So for the Musketeer back row, I'm playing just one of each, 1 Cross Dom, 1 Dancing Needle, 1 Desperado, and 1 Last Stand. I think that's all you're going to need this format. You're not really getting into grind games. You're either going to win or you're either going to get OTK'd or OTK your opponent. So I think just having one of each, all searchable off of Max and Caspar, and I think that's just the way this deck profile is going to go. If you're someone that likes to play Musketeers like a kind of more control style, you like to play 3 Cross Dom, 3 Desperado, 2 Last Stand, stuff like that, that's totally fine. That's just not what this build is. This build is kind of more Bystial focused, more combo focused, combo heavy, because like the 3 Cross Dom, 3 Desperado builds, they really haven't changed since Musketeer Max has come out. So you can go ahead and find that anywhere, but I'm trying to offer up something a little bit different, something that plays a little bit different, something that your opponent may not be expecting, even if they know the Musketeer deck. But anyway, yeah, this is my Musketeer lineup, and we will go ahead and continue on with the rest of the build. So on to the next package, we are going to be playing a complete Bystial package. So in this one, I'm playing 2 Lubellion, which is the Searcher, 2 the hand, well yeah, I guess it's a Searcher, 3 Magnamut, which is also a Searcher, 3 Druisworm, which is the Send, and 2 Saronir, which is the Send from deck. Once Photon Hypernova comes out, Saronir would be replaced with the new one, Baldrake or something, whatever. I'll show it up on the screen, but yeah, I'm going to replace Saronir after the next set because this this deck doesn't really take advantage of Saronir. You just kind of want more Bystial names. And the new one coming out actually does something, is kind of an interruption on top of just the banish part. So we are definitely going to switch out Saronir next set, and then we are going to be playing Regained and Beast. Beast I'm kind of on the fence about. Well, I guess both of these I'm kind of on the fence about because it's a going second build. I guess but you can use them both going second because Lubellion activates them straight from the deck face up, so you can just use them. So I think they're still fine. They really are a way to keep up advantage in this deck, to keep your hand full with Regained and Beast to be able to pop stuff without needing to use resources like your Musketeer cards. Yeah, so that's the Bystial package. Really good against Tier, but when Kashtira comes around next format, yeah, it's not going to be great against that deck. And in the side deck, I would just side out the whole Bystial package for just board breakers like, you know, Raigekis and Lightning Storms and all that kind of stuff, and keep your going second strategy. Now on to the other just like generic stuff or other packages. Actually, here, I'll do the Chaos package first. So as I mentioned earlier in the intro, we are playing a Chaos build. So we have 3 copies of Chaos Space, and then we are playing the 2 baby dragons, light and dark, and then I have one nice fancy tech card here. As you guys may know if you've seen the channel before, I do play some weird spice in my decks, and I am going to play 1 copy of Iron Dragon Tiamaton. This is a dark Chaos Space target, and the reason is I wanted a dark target besides Collapse Serpent because chances are you'll be discarding extra Musketeer monsters, and I don't think Levianeer is consistent enough, you know, to have enough fodder in your grave to summon it on turn 1. So I wanted Tiamaton, which is an interruption, an extender. You can easily set up a column of 3 because you have a link 1, so you can have Max, use Max to summon something underneath it, and then like have Regain set up underneath that, and then pop some other column of your opponents. Nobody sees this thing coming, so it's kind of just a spicy tech. If you want to cut it and just hope you don't draw the Black Dragon, that's fine, but I'm just going to play it as a second dark target. Yeah, that's it for the Chaos Space package. So again, the targets are these 3 plus 2 Bystial Lubellion. Bystial Lubellion is also searchable off Chaos Space. You can discard dead Bystials if you're playing against a deck that Bystials are not good against. You can discard Tiamaton itself, and so forth. Alright, moving on to the generic stuff now. We are playing 2 copies of Triple Tactics Talent, 2 copies of Dark Ruler No More. So I'm just playing 2 and 2 just because I think you should play both, but I think it'll be fine. And then I'm playing 1 copy each of Mind Control and Change of Heart. Again, this is a blind second build, so I think these are very strong going second cards. Nobody really plays around those, and it's very hard to play around them. So I think they're very solid. You can just use them as combo pieces, make bigger link monsters with your opponent's stuff, get rid of like their Rukalos, get rid of their like Kashtira stuff to stop them from blocking out your zones and that kind of thing. So yeah, just kind of neat. And then the last 3 cards are just 3 copies of Link into the Vrains. I think this card is incredible for the deck, of course, as we talked about in the last episode of Musket Theory. Just comboing it with a Musket monster gets you into max that they can't negate, and then you can go +3/+4 on its own. This is probably the best deck to use Link into the Vrains in. This card is pretty much made for Musketeers, and I think you gotta play it. Like, Pot of Prosperity is the only card that I'm not playing that I kind of want to, but it conflicts with Branded Regain, it conflicts with Chaos Space, and it conflicts with Kid Brave. So I like Prosperity to be able to make sure I have a Musket and a Link into the Vrains at the same time, but Prosperity conflicts with too much of my other engines for me to want to play it, and it's, you know, I'm on the fence. So I just chose not to play it. Oh yeah, it also conflicts with Talents if you want to draw it to you, but yeah. Decided not to play Prosperity. You can make changes to this list. This is just, I think, the best way to go right now, especially trying to plan for tearlament. All right, so that's the main deck. I showed you 41 cards. You can feel free to cut something, Tiamaton, or maybe like Dancing Needle, or one of the Bystials if you want. But yeah, that's 41. All right, so that's the main. Let's go on to the extra now. The extra is 15, of course. 3 copies of Max. Definitely need to play 3, especially now going into Kashtira Unicorn all the time. They are like Max is the heart and soul of your deck, so they're gonna hit that. So you have to play 3 of them. Onto the Link 2s, we're playing 1 Dark, 1 Lina. I would play 2 Dark if I had it. I need to pick another one up, but Dark is just too good against everyone that's playing Bystials against you. And you can, especially if you're playing full Bystial package, Dark is like the best thing to go into. So that's nice. Lina you can make, and just, you know, if you need to put up some kind of defense, you can just make Lina, and then if they run over it, you can search a Musketeer. So that's kind of cool. People are starting to play Valor. People are starting to play like Nib, so you can summon back at least something. Other Link 2s, I'm playing 1 copy of Seal because we have Bystials. We have a lot of Bystials, and sometimes Heretic Seal is kind of nice to just out-problem stuff. We have 1 copy of IP, 1 copy of Nightmare Phoenix. So those are the Link 2s, the Link 1s and 2s here. You could play a copy of Nightmare Cerberus or something like that if you want. There's a lot of flexible spaces in this extra deck, is what I'm trying to say. Like, IP isn't great. Some of the cards later on aren't great because you don't make them all the time. So there's definitely things that you can play, you know, multiples of, or just like flex. If you have ideas, go ahead and play those in this extra. Let me move these off to the side. All right, on to the bigger ones. We have 1 BLS Link, easy to make with Lubellion. Once you like use the Lubellion's effect to set the spell or trap, you can then link it off and get the untargetable BLS. And then 1 copy of Nightmare Unicorn, just good for removal, good with IP and stuff. And then a lot of Link 4s. We got Boral Sword, Appaloosa, Access Code. Oh, and then a Link 5 Underworld Goddess. So you can make Appaloosa. You know, if you can't finish a game off, then yeah, you have to put up some kind of interruption. So Appaloosa comes up, and it's kind of easy to get a whole bunch of material on the board, especially with the baby Chaos Dragons and with the Bystials and stuff. Or with Max just going nuts, summoning 2 or 3 monsters. Boral Sword ends games. Access Code clears boards and like pushes for game. And then the last card in the extra I have is 1 copy of Abyss Dweller. Sometimes, like worst case scenario, you go first, you can summon Starfire, activate a spell, summon Calamity, and just make Dweller and hope you don't lose. You could play Baguska. It's probably a better way to go, but I don't have a copy on me right now, so I think Dweller's fine. But again, this card is very flexible, cuttable for whatever the heck you want if you have a better idea for an extra deck slot. So that's it. That's 15 card extra, 41 card main. You know, if you can't afford the Bystials or you don't want to play the Bystials, I would just play board breakers like Raigeki, Lightning Storm, Harpies, Cosmics, whatever, and just hope your max goes off. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this video. If you guys enjoy the channel, please hit subscribe for me. Trying to hit 1,000 subs. Leave a like if you liked. Leave a comment if you have some ideas. And with that, we will catch you guys in the next one.